Alright, what's up guys? This is Wingspan here, Jacob. Gonna go over a few color changes for you. We'll do a card handling video another time. Right now we're just gonna worry about the color changes. We're gonna go over 4: the shake change, the pop change, the classic color change, and the Cardini change. Now, all these do take practice. I'll go over them. I'll go over the tutorial. Don't be frustrated if you don't get this right away. These do take a lot of time, especially the Cardini change. Took me a very long time to get. I had hand cramps and everything for a while. I hope this angle is okay. It's the only way I can get my little camcorder set up to actually film me. I don't have a cameraman right now. So we'll go ahead and get into it. We'll start with probably the simplest one. Is the pop change. So that is simply take the top card, let's say the King of Clubs, and just like a little pop like that, it changes to the 7. So when it's done, you're going to take the top card, 6 of diamonds in this case. As I'm showing it, I like to just get a break under the top card, and that can be done either with a push off like this. I do a pinky pull down for a lot of my breaks. I can do a video about that if y'all are interested in seeing that also. So you get your break, you see the 6 of clubs, and the way you hold it is, so you put it back down. Say we're going to try something here. You pick up the double, so I have the, let's get a better card. Okay, here we go, so we got a black card. So you get your break, you pick up the double, I regrip on the sides with my deck hand. I grab the pips. Now I am goofy handed. I hold the deck as if I was a left-hander, even though I'm right hand dominant. I hold the deck in my right hand. So if you're holding the deck in your left hand, okay, you would have your break. This is really sloppy, I can't do this. You pick up and you'd hold it out here on the non-pipped corners, okay? Because of my grip, I hold it like this. And all the card is doing, you're going to take your other fingers and kind of bend the card, so you see the bend there, how that's kind of beveled, and you just pull down with this hand. This hand stays still, this hand just pulls down. So you grip, you bend it, and pull down, and you do it fast enough, it pops. You can kind of bring this hand up also, if that helps, but really the deck hand is doing all the work. So you don't want to grip with the holding hand. You do not want to grip it too tight, because it can end up kind of skewed. You see that, and that could flash, to the side there. So it's a light grip. Make sure the cards stay flush. You don't want them doing this or anything, so you keep them flush. A firm but gentle grip, and then it's just boom. And then my standard, this is pretty much muscle memory for me now. So we take the 7, give it a pop, I immediately drop it, and I do a push off and show. That's your cleanup. It's the easiest way. So it's, watch your king. You didn't have the king? What was your card? Your card was a 7? Okay, I want you to think of your card here. We're going to try and, there it is. There's your 7. And then what you can even do for further cleanup is a one-handed cut, just to kind of bury that changed card so they can look at the deck. You can even show the top card is now gone. They're going to be freaking out over here. You'll have all the time in the world to do the cleanup there. Alright, so to quick reiterate, you're going to take the top card, show it. It's not theirs. You're going to get your break, do some gesturing as you put it down, grip, grab, regrip on the middle finger and thumb on the long edges here, and then regrip on the pips, and the middle finger and thumb are grabbing the corners and just pulling down, and you get enough force behind it. There you go. You want a pretty good bend. You don't just want to do this, no wimpy stuff. Get a pretty good bend in it and just boom, and it pops right there. Drop, push off, do a little flick, show it single, do your cleanup. You can even, immediately start shuffling it or do your cut, however that works. All right, so that's the pop change. I hope that helps. Next, we'll get into the shake change. All right, so next up is the shake change, and the way that works is they pick a card. Let's say it's the 5 of spades. That wasn't their card though. I want you to think of your card, and I'm just gonna shake it like this and just snap as I shake it. And so you go ahead and shake it, and as they think about it, it then changes into the 2. Now the way that's done is very similar to the pop change, right? So you get their card at the top, or you just take any card, there's your king. You get your break as you're showing it, so there's my break. And here again, I re-grip. And what's happening here, I'll show you with one card, is your index finger is going to grip the top edge here. Remember, if you're holding the deck in your left hand, you're going to grip on the non-pipped corners, okay? So I'm holding it here, and your index finger is just going to curl in and bring that edge around. That's all that's happening. Again, you don't want a super firm grip. You don't want a super light grip though, see, because then, then that can happen. So, take the card, I re-grip, and this is the move, right? It's just that, and then you bring your index finger away. So they see it, they don't see the index touching it. You shake and do the move, and then they end without the index finger touching it. So it kind of, helps with they can't reconstruct it very well. So it's just as you're shaking, the big action covers the small action, and it changes. Now on camera, it might not look that impressive, because the camera never blinks, but this gets great reaction. So the way I kind of justify everything, and you can do the same thing with the pop change, is, let's say, okay, 9 of hearts, that's their card. They're going to pick their card at somewhere in the deck. I'm going to try and get your card here. I'm going to try and cut to it. 5 of diamonds. Is that it? No, it was a 9, right? Well, we're going to try and change it here. So I'm going to shake it, and no, that didn't work. So you flash the back, which shows that it's empty, and then you get your break during that first shake, put it back on and say, oh, how about you snap? And that justifies you putting it back on to show the snap, to then pick it up, and now you have your double. How about you snap for me as I shake it? And then I wait. I wait until they snap. I don't change it until they snap. And look, oh, as soon as you snap, look. Now don't just do this. It's a shake, it changes, and then you slow it down, okay? It kind of shows the build, especially if there's similar cards like this, that'll really, oh wow, they freak out. It's the same cleanup, they're freaking out. You can do a one-handed cut, you can just turn it back over and shuffle, whatever you want. You're in control, stay in control with it. But that's the shake change. It's very simple, it's hard to go too in depth without sounding redundant. So I'll run through it again real quick. They take their card, or the top card, which is not their card. Let me we'll do this. That is not their card. You get your break. How about you snap for me, or you can even just wait and just watch, however you want to do it, present it. And your index finger, you're gripping on the corners with your middle finger and thumb. Your index finger's taking that edge and just curling in, and then extending back out to where it was before. So just practice this movement. Right? That's all it is. Not too light of a grip, but not too hard. You don't want to bend it too much, but it's just a nice firm grip where it's not going to fall. And then as you're shaking, so in slow motion, so we're doing like this, just somewhere in that passing action, it's boom, shake 2 or 3 more times, come to a stop, drop, You ditch that card, right, there it is, and show, do your one-handed cut, and you're clean. That is the shake change. Alright guys, next up is the classic color change. I don't do this one a ton, maybe in a deck reversal effect, where where they take, right, so they take a card, it's the 4 diamonds, they're showing it around and everything, and then you have them put it back, and you say, I'm gonna get your card to jump to the top, okay? And so what you would do is think of your card, That's the Joker. Well, let's see. Oh, the whole deck turned face up. Right, except the one card. And you saw that I flashed there, but that's kind of the basis. It's one example I use it for. In a color change context, it would be they pick a card, control it to the top. That is not their card. So I want you to think of your card. We're going to try something out here. And then it changes, right? So that's one way to do it. There's multiple kind of tweaks you can do, but here's just kind of the way I do it. It's pretty simple. So you get your double. Again, I get my pinky break. Quick side note, do not get your doubles like this. Do not get your doubles like this. Do not pick up from the back and drop to get your double, okay? Learn to push off, learn to pinky drop, pinky count it, okay? Those, so much better. This is typical, I don't know what I'm doing getting a break, okay? So make sure you learn how to get your breaks properly, or even learn to push off double. I'm not too good at it, but a lot of people do that. So anyway, back on track. You get your double, turn it over, that's not your card. Now what's happening behind the scenes, okay, so as you push up just enough, where you have the second card here, and this part of your hand, where your fingers and your hand connect, are going to grip that bottom card and pull it out. And if you aim it well enough, it'll end up in a pretty good palm position so they can't see it through the rest of the fingers. Okay, so again, come here, you slightly push up, I'm trying to show and expose, then as you push up, you put a little bit of pressure right here on this part of the card, and you drag it out. And you'll know once it's clear, that bottom card, or the top card. Either a little click will sound, or you'll just know. You'll get a feeling for it. So you really can't see it now. Now here, okay, so here's what's going on underneath. You're pretty much just depositing it on as the change. But there's different ways you can present that, okay? So, Ace of Spades. Alright, so think of your card. Now here, okay, once you steal the card out, you can go ahead and push this back down. So you can, as soon as the card is clear, you can push the jack back down, run over like this, kind of show your hand empty, and then drop it on, right? A few people even, when they have that card palmed, you can even bring it over here, right, across, kind of show, and then something like that. You can, right, once you steal, you can leave it out there, right, and just that, or even, that was the bad one, and just straight back up and straight back down, right? All of those are fine ways to do it. Now, kind of how does that work, or the mechanics of that? Really, so once you have the card stolen, okay, what's happening underneath, I guess it's hard to, I can expose you like this. Basically, you are writing the card, let me get a better, yeah. So once you steal out that bottom one, right, it's in a palm position pretty much, you're palming it. underneath my fingers here on my deckhand are pushing that against my hand. So you can even, you know, move it around, or even like on the fingernails and move it around, and that kind of shows, okay, it's not really hiding anything because you're moving your hand around, right? So I kind of like just glide it over, there we go. So I kind of do this, and once I come here, I come over and I just line it up, and once everything's square is when I kind of do the reveal, right? So again, you get your double, steal it out, and coming this way, again, it's the same thing. You're just running it on the hand here, right? And then as you come, it's a quick little deposit like that. Some challenges, I guess, would be making sure the cards are flush after you deposit it. You don't want to have it all skewed off or anything, so they don't see that it's two. And then making sure you don't get a big clicking noise. You can hear that when you pull it out. So you're coming here. So you didn't hear that, it was silent. You don't want to be clicking like that. You don't want to be pulling down too much. So I'm trying to get you like an exposed view of the steel. It's pretty much like you're doing this. See, it just comes straight out. You're not doing that. Okay, hope that makes sense. Working the best with what I got here on this camera angle. So again, quick reiteration. You get your double, turn it over. That's not your card. I want you to think of your card. We're going to try and, maybe if we can heat up this card, we can kind of change. If I can generate some heat. There we go, 6 of diamonds. Turn that back over. Now that is their card again. Well, that's the missed card, so make sure you do your cleanup right. I mean, you can even, you know, there's 6 of diamonds. You know, you can ditch it that way. So you change it, there's the 6. And then, honestly, just flip cut, go into something else, do a different trick, right? If you're doing an ambitious card, it's a perfect setup. Right, you got the 4 that wasn't your card, but look, we can get your card to actually, you know, rise up and be, you know, the 4 changes into your card, and you're in the perfect setup. All right, watch, we'll leave it out again. 1, 2, 3, and it's back on top, right? So that is the classic color change. All right, guys, this is the last one here. This is going to be the Cardini Change. This is my favorite. Very flashy, very visual, hard. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat. This is pretty difficult if you don't already have the muscle memory for it. Okay, so the way it pretty much is, you have these 2 here. There's the 7 of spades and a quick flick, and it changes right into the 3. Here's a more direct above angle. You have the 7 of diamonds, and that changes into the 4. You can even do something like, there's the 3, and we're going to watch it go, and it's gone. Touch on the bottom. So what is happening here? What the heck is going on? What's happening is the pinky is pulling that top card. Just pulling that card down like that. So, under the cover of a hand, right, you can't see it. So really, in effect, right, you would get your double. That's not your card. I want you to watch your card. Watch here. And so 1, 2, 3. Right, so the way it is on when you flick, right, you're doing the pull down. And so it's boom, right? Boom. And again, benefit of me holding the deck like this is the pips for me are in the back up here, which is the perfect spot to look, because all the, the dirty stuff's down here, and they're looking up here, right? So if you focus on just this area, when you do the move, you don't see a thing, right? So the grip for this goes as so. As I square up, your four fingers are running down the bottom and your thumb's on top. And your pressure points are these three fingers, your index, your pinky, and your thumb. So your thumb is kind of holding back, kind of pulling back a little bit, slightly, not a ton. Don't be bending the deck like this. Your index finger is providing enough support as an anchor for the four to come off of. Okay, so now if you hold it too tight, yeah, there you go. Now the pinky is you're going to contact the fleshy part here with the corner, and you're just pulling it down. Let's do it with one card. And you're just pulling it down like that. Okay, so practice that motion, right? These fingers, the middle and ring finger, are not doing anything. You're not doing this, okay? You're not doing that. It's just the pinky. It's kind of like, if you're able to, it's that, right, where you get the card to fly out of the deck like that. And that's just shooting the top card off and just firing it. This, you're just going to continue to pull down. Grab that. Okay. So, you pull down. That's really all there is to it. It is knacky. It does take a while. Your hand, it's an awkward feeling. You're going to have the pressures wrong. You're going to maybe pull two cards off or not enough, or it's going to make a big noise. But that's pretty much it, is a pressure point here, and your pinky is pulling down. So you're in this position after the change. To clean up, it's very simple. So if you do this, right, you can grip with the middle and thumb, or just grip the deck, and it's simply just pulling the card flush with the bottom. So you're here in slow motion. So don't get too close to where the card hits you, right? Stay back so you don't actually hit the card. That wouldn't be good. So you flick, and then you're simply dragging, get a good angle there, the card under. My cover up, there's two different ways to kind of cover that motion up. So you flick. I mean, it's a pretty natural thing, and if you don't make it loud, it's almost impossible to tell. So I like to do an all-around square up. So you do here, right? You do it once to prep them. You flick it, and then you do it again. Another way is, as you're pulling, your thumb comes here, and you just spread to kind of show that it vanished, right? That kind of helps cover up that action. So you can go boom, and then, do that. So in the context of a trick, like I said, you just get the double or a triple, whatever you want to do. Is that a triple? Yeah. And so you say boom. Was that your card? That wasn't your card. Let's try it again. There it is. And you have the 6. This is probably my favorite color changes. I do it all the time. This and the shake change, honestly, are the two that I do the most. Although the pop is a good one also. They're all good color changes. They all serve their purpose for what you want to do. And again, with the reversed deck plot, if they pick a card, put it back in the deck, you can see this is going to happen very, very fast. Watch, 1, 2, 3, and the entire deck turns face up except for their card. And what's great about this version is you're left clean, right? When that card's here and you do that, in the cleanup and the spread, you've ditched it. If you do it the typical other way, where you do the classic, right, you now got to be careful when you spread and you don't flash that. So it's a pretty, you know, and I did it to a quick little story time. I did it to a friend the other day. He knows some magic. He knows the reverse card thing. So he did it for his girlfriend. You know, it was a fun little thing. I decided to do the same trick, but with the Cardini version, and it was a different effect for her. It was a bigger reaction. It was, what was so fast? Even him, who knows the trick, was like, whoa, how'd you do that? You know, and everything, just all because instead of the standard, or, you know, just turning it back over and thumbing through like most people do, is, you know, it's something visual, it's different. They're not ready for it, so it's like, okay, go ahead and watch, boom, and then you immediately spread, right? And that's your cover. So that's not your card, but the whole deck turns face up, right? So that's a great thing. Let me know if you have any questions. I can make a follow-up video if you're having trouble with everything. I hope I explained everything in detail. I didn't want to get too redundant on things, but give me a request for another video you'd like to see. I've been doing cards for a while, so if you're just starting out, you're having trouble even, you know, dealing cards outright, or, you know, getting a decent spread or a fan, something like that, a spring, you know, I'm more than happy to help and share. So it's kind of let me know what you'd like to see. I'll do what's in reason. I'm not going to teach you tricks off of, you know, someone's DVD you need to pay for and everything, but this standard knowledge I'm more than happy to help with, you know, controls, spread passes, the double lift like I said. Kind of let me know what you want to do. I'd love to help you guys out, and thanks for watching. Catch you around.